Running ads when you're doing dropshipping is one of the main part of your business. This is how you get your customers to your website, how you gain all your traffic. And there is a lot of beliefs on how to run your ads. A lot of these gurus like to spread false information and make it more complicated than it really is. Because let me tell you, running ads in 2025 is the easiest thing ever. It's never been easier running your ads, managing your ads, because Facebook's algorithm and all the AI stuff's going on makes it so much easier and so much more streamlined than if you go like 5 years back. And then it was a mess and there was a lot of hacks. Right now it's so simple, and in today's video I'm gonna show you my exact setup and how I run all my stores and my exact strategies from launching a product to even scaling the product. It's very similar. There's not a lot of different campaigns. It's mainly free campaigns that I'm running, and that's where all my budget is. First thing first, before you can even run your ads, you need to create a business manager, page, pixel. I have another video showing you exact tutorial on how to set up all these things. But in this video, I'm gonna assume that all this is probably set up. So right now, you just wanna see the campaign set up. So let's just jump right into my PC. I'll show the campaign, I'll show you everything. Right here, we are on a brand new ad account. It's not completely brand new because you can see there's an engagement campaign on here. And it's very important whenever you create a new ad account, whether it's an agency account or it's a personal account of yours, you need to warm it up before you're running a sales campaign. Here you can see I'm just running it's in Danish, sorry, but it's an engagement campaign for the page, asking for page likes. I just have a cute picture of a dog. It makes sense because if you pay for engagement, you might as well get some likes on your Facebook page, because long term, having a lot of likes on your Facebook page will also build some social proof. So might as well, when you're warming up, why not just get some for a very cheap price. But to show you how to set up an engagement campaign, you go here, click create, you click the one that says engagement, continue. Then for this one, we just want to do a manual engagement campaign. Here, this is all the things you want to have, just everything off. This one is not really important, the setup, like it's just a matter of spending a little bit of cash to warm up your account. Go to this one, new interaction. Your ad name for this one doesn't really matter at all because you're only going to run it for a few days and you might as well turn it off after that because it's not really doing much other than just warming up your account. For location, for conversions, you want to hit this one. You don't want to do message destinations. You want to do Facebook page. And now here you can pick your Facebook page, and now you are optimizing to get likes for your Facebook page. Budget, you don't want to do 25 a day, there's no reason to do that. I usually do 3 and then I let it run for 2 days, 48 hours, so it spends around $6. That's enough for the ad account to be warmed up. If you are on a personal account and this is your first ad account, I would recommend doing 3 days to 5 days. Just because I know how annoying it would be if your first account ever gets shut down. There is a chance when you launch your first sales campaign that your ad account will get banned, like it's a high risk. So if you run for 5 days and you have spent around $15-20, it's a much better sign for Facebook. So if it's your personal account, I would recommend doing that. If it's an agency account, 2 days is more than enough. You don't want to do anything with timings, doesn't really matter too much. For countries, I always pick either the US or Canada. I like to have in these English-speaking countries that I'm going to target afterwards as well. It's just a preference, like there's no real reason for it. But in my opinion, if you're gonna target the US and you run an engagement campaign in Germany, of course, the amount you pay per like on your Facebook page is much lower, but they are in Germany. Like that doesn't, what the fuck? Like you need them in the US because you're a US brand. So US, Canada, Australia, I will run on those. Canada is the cheapest one with the lowest CPM. So probably just go for that. Just gonna put in Canada here. And delete the other country. That's it. For the creative you're gonna run or the ad you're gonna run, I usually have some kind of cute picture, either of a pet, some flowers, something that drives, will drive engagement from, usually it's old people that's gonna like your Facebook page. Like it's some old grandma who sees a cute picture of a dog, she'll like your page, but that's perfectly fine, that's great. So that's usually what I do, and that's it. I don't put in the text, I don't do anything else, I don't put in the links, I don't have anything, I don't even put a description, I just put a picture and that's it. I let it run. Facebook loves it. They love when you pay them money, but don't take the customer out of the platform. Facebook will love you because it's free money for them. Like the person will stay on their side, but you're paying them. It's a win-win. All right, and now you have set up your engagement campaign. Just put it live, let it run, and that's it. Don't do anything more than that. But now we get into the juicy stuff. Now we're running the sales campaign. And for whatever reason online, a lot of these gurus, especially the ones that are not making money on dropshipping themselves and not running ads, they will tell you a lot of weird strategies, like actual garbage strategies that are so outdated that it was when they were running ads in 2017. And that's one guy I'm talking about in particular right now. Everybody knows who it is. I'm a big hater of him. So Let me show you how it's actually done the most efficient way in 2025. It's the easiest way of doing it. It's so simple. There's not a lot of room for error. Like, you cannot really mess this up. Let's just jump right into my computer again and let me show you. So again, the classic one, we want to hit create. This time you want to click sales, important here. Continue again. For the first campaign we're going to create, this is the normal sales campaign, the testing campaign, your overall biggest spender campaign. We're going to do manual. Continue. Here, I like to do a few things here. First off, it's the 22nd of May today, so I like to put in the date first. I like to put in the dates when I have launched my campaigns, and just because I have an idea of when and where to optimize. You know, the 22nd of May is when I launch it. Then the 25th of May, that's where I have to go into the ad account again, see what's going on, do some changes, launch some new creatives or scale the current setup. I just like to have that because sometimes it's hard, you know, to keep in mind whenever you do stuff, especially when, like me, you're running a lot of accounts. It can get kind of tricky what's going on. So I like to date everything. Like, I have dates and everything. Also the creators I launch, everything is dated. So 22nd of May, then I like to do this underscore things, whatever. Then I put in the name of the product name. Then I do this one. This is just an L, like a line, whatever, just to split things up. And then I do main CBO. That's it. This is the name, the magic name of the main campaign. So now we want to scroll down. You want to make sure that advanced catalog ads are turned off. We don't want to run that. We want to scroll down a little bit more and see the one that says advanced campaign budget. This we want to hit on. What this means is that instead of optimizing per ad set we have in our campaign, we let Facebook control where to spend the cash. So we give Facebook a budget daily, and we say, hey, we have all these ads, we have these ad sets, spend the money wherever you think will get us the most amount of sales. This Facebook likes. Facebook loves when you give them more room to try and figure out who the customer is, instead of limiting them with all kind of different stuff. So Facebook most likely will give you a lower CPM with running like this. So I like to do minimum 100, I recommend, but I always launch with 250. Because I feel like 250 is such a good number. It depends on what AOV you have. Like, this is generally below $60. I think 250 is a really great one because you have enough room to get quite some cheap sales, but you also have room for Facebook to optimize and waste some cash to figure out who is the ideal buyer for this. That's it. Everything else you want to turn off. This one is not important yet. You can do it if you have some traction on your pixel. You can hit this button here and you can tell Facebook who your customer audience is. I'll just show you real quick. I don't have any pixel connected to this ad account, but you go here, you click create custom audience. I can't create it because I don't have any pixel connected. Basically, the one that says the audience that has interacted with you. You do website visitors last 180 days. The existing customers, you of course do purchases last 180 days, and that's it. If you tell these two things to Facebook, Facebook has a better idea who your customer is. Great. That is it for the campaign overview here. Now we're going to go down to the ad set level. The ad set level, again, we're going to start off with the date. The date is the 22nd of May. You want to do underscore, then you're going to do the ad set name, and then how many ads is in here. So this is the setup here. This is the name you want to call it. Now you have it structured. Now you can go back into your files in case you have to find your ad or ads you are running. You have a very good overview here. Make sure always, this is very important, especially if you're scaling. Name everything properly so you can go back into your files and see which is the creative that's performing. This makes it so much easier to analyze everything, to make iterations of everything, to really just have an overview of your stuff. Because if you get too mixed in with folders, no names, just add 1 to 3, whatever, it gets so confusing at some time. Because you need to understand, when you're scaling up your ads and you're scaling your product, you will test hundreds of creatives. And if they're not named properly, how are you ever gonna find them? And how are you ever gonna know and optimize for the direction that's actually working for your specific product? So naming things, very important. And again, the date, the 22nd of May, you want to launch this creative, you want to see in 3 days how is the creative performing. Is it performing well? Is it not? You can only see that by the date. Like, it's so much easier. Here again, you want to optimize for the maximum amounts of conversions. You can also kick here and optimize for ROAS. This is no reason to do it yet. Like, it makes more sense when you have some kind of data in your pixel and you know what kind of ROAS you generally get. But there's no reason to do it now because Facebook will try and convert the easiest buyers first. So there's no reason to optimize for a conversion optimization goal here. Then here, Meta asked me to connect the pixel. I don't have a pixel connected, so that's why you can't see anything. It wants me to create one because there's nothing connected. But you want to connect your pixel, make sure it's the real one, and then you want to optimize for purchase. Never optimize for add to cart or initiate checkout or all this BS. There's no reason to it. It's a cheaper targeting, but Facebook is so well made that if you optimize for add to cart, most likely you will get 0 sales. And then some people say, I've literally seen gurus say this, that you should optimize for add to cart and then you should retarget with a purchase campaign. But this is not true. Like, this is the most retarded thing I've ever heard. Like, this is actual stupidity. It's gonna drive up your cost because it's not gonna be as efficient when you're retargeting people. You might as well trust Facebook and go directly for purchase campaigns right off the bat. You wanna go down? Some people say you wanna schedule for the next day, like at midnight. For me personally, I don't give a fuck. I want my apps live as soon as possible so I can start making money, at least testing. So I just let it go live, that's it. Countries, you wanna target the countries that you wanna run to. I prefer United States, Canada, Australia. Some people also prefer adding in New Zealand. For me, it's such a small country, it's not gonna make a big difference. Even if the country is working, you can't really scale in that country. Like, it's whatever. It's fine to add in at a later point. Like, you can add it in with an Australia only campaign, you can add New Zealand in there. It's fine because you will probably get some cheap sales, but it's not gonna make you a millionaire by scaling New Zealand. Like, it's not gonna be like that. A lot of guys also say that you should add United Kingdom into this campaign. That's also retarded. Like, there's no reason to do that as well. That will only tank the efficiency, because you need to understand, like, generally this is also not the best setup because spend pacing is determined by the countries that are in your ad set. So if you have a lot of different countries, a lot of different time zones, Facebook will have a hard time determining the spend pacing. That's why when it's a US only, you can see, okay, from at least in Danish time zone, like, we have some good sales from midnight to like 5-6 a.m. in the morning, and then it will slow down until 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and then we'll start picking up again because people are waking up. That's why it's important not to mix so many time zones. In the beginning, it's fine to do these 3 countries because it's the main countries you want to target, so we might as well test them all at once. But at some point when we see things are working, we want to split things up. But that was a long explanation to tell you why you shouldn't add UK. Don't do that. UK can get its own separate campaign at one point if you see these other countries are working. But I will never start with UK personally myself. If you're doing that, it's because you're doing UK only, and then there's no reason to really test the other countries. Advantage targeting should be on. You should not go back to the original settings anymore. Advantage targeting, best place to do. Many people also say you should add an interest and you should test interest. The worst thing in 2025 is literally these interest targeting. Like, there's no reason to do it. Again, Facebook loves if you give them room. Facebook loves it because Facebook has built such a great product. It's such a great product. It's so good at knowing who the customer is. So if you tell Facebook, oh, my customer is this, but Facebook has an idea it's this, and Facebook is most likely right because you have no fucking idea. Facebook most likely no. Then it will start spending in between, and it is so annoying for Facebook that it cannot just be, over here instead of being over here with you. So leave the targeting blank. Don't do any interest. Have it Facebook's way. This is only if you are running any financial products, but you're probably not doing that, like loans and shit. If you're watching this video, I would imagine you're just running an e-commerce product that has nothing to do with financial stuff. Split the payment up. Even you have that, there's still not enough to do the financial one. Like, it should be directly financial stuff. So don't do that. Placements, you want to do automatic. You should never, ever, 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 ever go in and select certain placements. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see people doing. I did this in the past as well. I was a very sucker for this. But this only drives up your CPM like crazy because you limit Facebook to be able to only spend on this placement for this certain character. And if you do that, Facebook will only do that. And it will increase your CPM and your cost a lot. Instead of, having Facebook to spend here, but also if they know, okay, there's some customers over here, they can just throw the ad over here. Oh, and back again here. It's so much more efficient if Facebook can be allowed to play with the algorithm and be allowed to play on the platform. That's it for the ad set targeting. There's nothing else you do in here. That's perfect setup. Now let's go to the ad level. Here, first you want to do, of course, your ad name and then the number of it. Usually I do 3 creatives of the same, angle or the same concept, and then have 3 different hooks. So concept, whatever, and then add 1. and that's it in here. Then you want to scroll down again. You want to make sure to pick your Facebook page, whatever your Facebook page is called. Then here you can click Instagram account. Either you do this and connect a real Instagram account, or you just use your Facebook page on Instagram. Like, both things work, both things are fine. In the beginning, there's no reason to do the Instagram account, but at some point when you start to become a brand, of course you need an Instagram account. That's very, very, very important. But in the beginning, there's no real difference of you having an Instagram account or not. It's only after a certain point when you know you're scaling up, you're building a real brand, then you want an Instagram account. Here, you want to have it as create ad. You want to do manual upload. You want to do single image or video. This one you just have on, that's perfect, fine. In the past, I also turned this off. There's no difference, I mean, have it on or off, so I just have it on, it's fine. Here, you want to insert your product page. You should not be your home page. I see people doing this mistake as well, of linking their home page as the link here. But you need to understand, in here, people see your ad and they click because they're interested in your product. If they come to your home page and have to click around to find your product page, they'll just leave. So they need to go direct to the product page and see the product right away. That's how it should be. So product page link here, go down again. Here you want to do either image or video. Most likely you will do video. Usually that's what people test with. You want to upload it, and that's pretty much it. When you have uploaded it, you want to select it, and that's it. There's nothing else you should turn on here or do. Like, you just have all the default settings. You shouldn't do anything. Here you want to create a primary text. This text is also important. It should have a hook at top, then it should have your product introduction, then you should have your product features, then you should have an urgency, and then you should have a call to action. So it's similar structure as your ad itself, just up in your ad copy. It's very important. Most people actually oversee this step and just create some BS, but it actually makes a difference of having a great ad copy versus a very bad ad copy. Because people will read it. Like, if they're interested, most likely people will read it, and if it's just some garbage, who's gonna click? The headline here, I always have my offer. I always push the offer in here. If it's some kind of special offer, buy one, get one, buy one, get two. I also have some kind of, urgency in there. So ends soon, limited, all these, buzzwords that making people want to convert today. This is only important that you use these buzzwords together with a great offer. Otherwise, it's kind of whack. Like if you say, oh, 40% off, ends tonight. Who the fuck? Like, it's super, super whack. Like, there's no reason to do that. Description, this really depends. Like, sometimes I have some kind of, cool hook, so to say, about my product, something cool to say. I sometimes leave it like have review stars rated by X amount of customers. Like, it really depends on the product's nature and who the customer persona is that will buy this. So this is really, depending on which product you have, it really varies what to put here. The only thing I can recommend is looking at what your competitor is doing and do something similar in the description. If he has nothing in there, try and come up with some good idea, try and look in the niche what people are doing, and that's it. And of course, the button you want to have on your ad is Shop Now. We're doing sales ads. You want to have Shop Now. Now, I'm sorry because I don't have an ad uploaded. I cannot show the next step. But the next step is pretty much a lot of these AI features Meta wants to enable on your creative. And this is the first time I'm gonna tell you to turn something off that Facebook recommends. I have seen generally that if you use these AI features that Facebook wants you to use, that it will actually increase your CPM. Not by a lot, but by a little bit. But by a little bit is also important when you're spending a lot of cash on Facebook. So when you're spending money and you're working on an efficiency basis, it's always important to optimize for the best possible outcome. So if you get lower CPMs, you might as well do it. There's no real reason not to do it. So that's what I recommend. And that's it. That's the setup here. Now you want to scroll down. You want to insert the URL parameters because Facebook's tracking if you're only using Facebook, if you're not using any third-party provider. It's not very great. It's not very accurate data. So I recommend, just for the simplicity of this video and simplicity in general, use Triple. It's a great tool. It has some great tracking. It will show you where the sales are coming from. It will help you optimize your ads even better. If you're more advanced, I would look into something like Blotout, some of these server-side tracking tools that I actually help it optimize as well. But a little bit more advanced, I can do a different video on that. It's not for beginners in general. Now, this is set up perfectly. There's nothing else to do in here. Want to hit duplicate here. Want to duplicate it twice. Now in here, you want to change the ad set name to, of course, the second creative. Then you want to upload that creative, the second creative, and do this exact same setup that we just did before. The same with number 3, and that's pretty much. So Now we have the first ad set done. Congratulations, you're almost ready to launch your ads. Now we just want to make 2 more ad sets because, of course, when we're testing a product, we have 9 creatives in total because we want to target most customer personas right away so we don't have to go back and forth testing new creatives. So duplicate this one, change the name to the new ad set name, and then the new numbers. This is most likely going to be 4 to 6 because it's the second ad set. So like that, go down, change the name again, ad set 4, ad set 5, ad set 6. Important here again, upload your creatives, upload the right ones, upload the ones that you're going to use, and do the exact same setup that we did right before. Do it again because we have 9 creatives, we have 3 ads in each, then 7 to 9, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. This is actually the setup. That's what I'm telling you. It's very easy. No of these hacks, interest, whatever. Simplicity is key. So now this you just put live and that's it. Like that's all you do. Now, let's say after 3 days you have something that's working, you're profitable. Perfect. All you do is you increase this budget. In the beginning, generally you can increase faster, but I would always just recommend increase with 25%. So 250, you increase 25%, see a few days after, increase 25%. Very simple rules. If you see performance go down, decrease with 25%, leave it on, see what happens, increase, decrease, and that's it. Of course, you also want to see which ads are performing. So let's say this one here, the second ad set with ad 4 to 6 is performing very well. This is ads we want to look at and analyze, see how can we improve these ads. Is there anything we can test on them? Most likely test hooks, call to actions, see if there's anything else in the angle in general that we can, dig in deeper and make the ad even better. Of course, you also want to manage your ads. So if there's some of the ad sets that are taking up a lot of spend but are not performing, go inside the ad set. Let's say this one is spending all the budget, but it's not profitable, it's not doing very well. Go inside, see, actually maybe ad 9 is performing very well, but ad 7 is tanking all the performance, but it's taking all the budget. You just turn off ad 7 and then Facebook will spend on ad 9. And that's very simple. That is all you do. You put in new creatives every few days, every 2 or 3 days, you add a new ad set in. Similar setup as we had right here, and that's it. That's how you do your ads. There's no other hacks to it. This is it. This is the simplicity of running Facebook ads in 2025. Just increase, decrease budget, and launching new ads. Now, there's one other thing we can do to scale up our creatives and having a higher efficiency. You can launch an Advantages Plus shopping campaign. So hit create here, sales, continue. Then you want to click the Advantages shopping campaign. Again, give it a name. Here I like to do it like this, ACS plus this line here, US plus CA abroad. That's usually what I start with. United States and Canada, that's the countries I collab and put together. And then I put the date out here. Here, it's important again, pick the pixel. But now what's different from this campaign to the other CBO campaign is you want to put a target cost per purchase. So it's a cost cap. This you want to have generally lower than your average cost per purchase. So let's say your cost per purchase is 20. You want to put it at maybe 14. So all the sales you get in here are very profitable. It's not going to spend a lot of money, but it's going to be super profitable for the money and amount it spends. Then of course you want to pick the countries. We said United States, Canada. Here, it's important to do as we did in the first part of the video. You want to go into your audience segments. You want to do that from your pixel as the engaged audience and the purchases, so we can not target these in the ad set. It's very important. This one is only new customers. We don't want to target any existing customers. So that's very important to set. And especially when you can do this and you have defined who your existing customer is, you can go down here. You can click this button here, existing customers budget, and you can put this to 0%. So Facebook will not spend the money on customers that has already bought from you. The budget you just put to a few hundred days, so 300 days is fine to begin with. And here, you go in here to ad creation, you click use existing post ID, and then you take it from your winning ads already. And that's it. You only use your winning ads in here. You never test anything in here. You only add the winning post IDs to this because it's just the best to do. Like it makes it super profitable. It's scaling all the winning ads, and that's pretty much it. That's all the campaigns you want to run. This you can also do in different countries. So Australia, New Zealand. You can also create a UK, Ireland. You can also create a worldwide campaign, so all the European countries. It's a little bit different, these campaigns, because you're targeting a specific cost per purchase. So you have a lot more room to play with the countries, because Facebook will not spend the entire budget. It will only spend when it finds some customers for a very cheap price. That's it. That's how you run Facebook in 2025. It's super simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Do it as simple as possible. And that's it. If you have any question about this, you can send me a DM on Instagram. I'll gladly explain things to you. And besides that, I hope you crush it, my friends.